We have a message that the government in Washington and the establishment of this country does not want heard. They do not want the idea kept alive that the South is its own nation, that we're our own people. And so they have a mechanism for doing that. Anyone who says that automatically is a racist. That means that you must be a racist if you say that. And merely by throwing that name at you, it's like throwing manure at you, okay? It doesn't have to hit you square on. Just a little bit of it will make you stink. And that's the whole point. So they can't face the political and ethical issues of secession. And therefore they come up with this red herring, which, by the way, is totally false. And they throw that at us so that they can cover that up. Therefore, every time we go to the media, every time we try to make a press release, every time we try to make an issue, a political issue out of something, that's the first thing the corporate media does, is they go back and say, oh, well, the SPLC has said that this is a racist organization, even though we're not. One of the reasons that I am most strongly in favor of secession is to revive local economies. What we've seen is that the pursuit of industrial capitalism, and I use that term specifically, I mean corporate capitalism, what we have in the United States, which is actually fascism, where the government and business work together, over the course of a little more than a century, of their influence on education and their influence on every aspect of our economic life, we have become a soulless nation. The goal of all this is to reduce human beings to mere cogs in a machine. We're not mere cogs in a machine. God created us with this wild variety. The same God who created the duck-billed platypus and the giraffe created mankind. Look around you, look how different they are. We have a right to exist. We have a right to be ourselves. We have a right to protect ourselves from exploitation from the outside and from someone from the outside coming in and saying, no, you can't be a people anymore. You have to become standardized global consuming units. How would you feel if there were an army occupying your country that dictated to you what sort of laws you had to have, what sort of policies you had to have, that forced on you a paper money that's intrinsically valueless, that took away your economic future and your children's economic future, not to mention your personal liberty, as down to the level of your liberty of motion. Can I go from this town to that town? And that's what's been imposed on us. We are a colony of the United States, is what it amounts to. We have a duty, an obligation, and I would say a Christian obligation, to see that we have a just and equitable government. And the government that we have now is neither just nor equitable by any sort of measure. The South has about 100 million people. We would have, if we were our own independent nation, we would have the 5th largest gross domestic product on the planet. We would have no problem functioning at all.